Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to take a good look at this picture. You don't recognize it, do you? But anyway, this is Robbie Bonatine. I think that's how I'm pronouncing his name, or that's how the name is pronounced, excuse me. But this is a typical troll that writes for Boxing News 24. This guy basically just trolls everybody that's in the boxing game. So like on this article, he written about David Benavidez, wanting to fight Canelo if he was to get past Demetrius Andrade. Do I think he's going to beat Demetrius Andrade? Not in my opinion. But I do like David Benavidez, man. He's the goods. And if he does beat Demetrius Andrade, more power to him. I don't care what anybody say about Demetrius Andrade. He's a tough fight. You know what I'm saying? He's a tough out for anybody. Which is the reason why he's been avoided by your favorite fighter, Canelo Alvarez, for almost a decade. But anyway, let's just get into this. So, in this video, I'm going to explain how he's trolling. So, of course, David Benavidez went to talk to Stephen A. Smith, and he was talking about his upcoming fight with Demetrius Andrade. And a couple of things came up. David Benavidez said, he deserves a shot, especially if he gets to win over Demetrius Andrade. In spite of actually him being the mandatory for the WBC for just about 2 years now. So, he's wanting, to get a shot. He want to earn his shot, and he feels though if he beat Demetrius Andrade, he should be next in line to fight Canelo. And to be totally honest with you, I don't blame the way how he feels. As a matter of fact, I actually agree with him. The man been waiting for his shot for the longest. As a matter of fact, both of these guys been waiting, to get that opportunity to fight Canelo. I think, Demetrius Andrade leading up, to this fight, he's just been saying fuck Canelo, whatever the case is, but he still wants to get that fight. But more power to Demetrius Andrade when he gets a win, or if he beats David Benavidez, he's actually going to get the credit that he finally deserves. Even though he actually beat some credible opponents, they might not have been popular in names or terms as far as the casual knowing who they are per se, but he's beat some respectable opponents. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, this guy, Robbie Bonatine, sat up here and put in an article that why does David Benavidez wants to get that Canelo payday? This is the stupidest shit I ever heard in my life. I don't like when people say this shit, right? Because they leave themselves wide open, especially when their favorite fighter, as in Canelo Alvarez, was begging for a Floyd Mayweather payday. See, they don't want to mention that. They believe that Canelo Alvarez, carved out his own lane without, fighting somebody like a Floyd Mayweather. And Canelo was begging for that fight with Floyd Mayweather, and nobody said Canelo was looking for a Floyd Mayweather payday.
Oh, that was different.
As a matter of fact, what's wrong with any fighter looking for a fucking payday? Of course you want a fucking payday. I just hate when these dumbass fans say the stupidest ass shit. Now, if you went in there and you want a payday, you just want to go lay down and not fight, then you can say, oh, he just went in there for a payday. But if you're going to go in there and fight, then obviously you're trying to win. Like Jermell Charlo, if you want to say that man wanted a payday, then cool, I 100% agree with that, because that's what Jermell Charlo basically went in there for, a payday. He went in there to lie down when he fought Canelo Alvarez. Now, on top of that, you notice nobody ever said Jermell Charlo was begging for a payday when it comes to Canelo Alvarez. They don't say that because they already knew it was a winnable fight for Canelo. So anytime it's a winnable fight for Canelo, they will never say, and when I mean they, I mean the Canelo fans, the Canelo hoes, they will never say this person was begging for a payday. They just won't. When Billy Joe Saunders was begging for Canelo to fight, they never said, hey, Billy Joe was begging for a payday. They never say that. But when it comes to somebody who's an actual threat to Canelo, they would say he's a payday. Now, I'm getting off topic here. Going back to this dude, Robbie Monotine, this is the same guy in this article had the nerve to say, even if he was to beat Demetrius Andrade and Canelo Alvarez, David Benavidez won't be considered the best super middleweight in the division. And to me, I'm going to say, how, Sway? How? Canelo got the fucking belts. Like, how can he not be considered the best super middleweight? And check this out. He said he won't be considered the best super middleweight because he hasn't fought David Morrell, which is a guy I actually like, and fucking Diego Pacheco. So he have to beat those two guys in order to be considered the best. And even though I do like David Morrell, what I'm going to say about David Morrell and Diego Pacheco, who the fuck has these guys beaten to be considered the best? If David Benavidez going in and beats Demetrius Andrade and beats Canelo Alvarez, and not to imagine he already has a win over Anthony Durrell when Anthony Durrell was still undefeated, I believe, and he beat Caleb Plant. So if he already beat those two guys, and then he turns around and beat Demetrius Andrade and Canelo Alvarez, he is the best super middleweight. So really, it has to come down to David Morrell proving himself and have to beat certain guys to become the best super middleweight out there. So again, if anybody see this dude Robbie Monotine, at fights or whatever, he's trying to give you interviews. If I were y'all fighters, I would not even give him a time of day. Because this guy's a fucking clown. Especially if you go out there to the UK area, Scotland area, which is where he's from. Don't give this guy no time of day. He's a fucking clown for real. That's all I got. Peace.